Skepticism, it's nothing new. Hi, Alex McFarland here. You know, with radio and television and conferences and events that we do, we get a lot of mail. It's always a blessing. I've been recently getting some mail from, I'm guessing, atheists or agnostics. Here's one that says, Heathens Greetings, instead of Seasons Greetings, the true meaning of the season. And it's a little booklet kind of trashing the idea of Christianity. Here's one by Dan Barker, Is America a Christian Nation? And this person says, no, not a Christian nation. Now check this out. The Bible is an X-rated book. But you know, the thing about it, when I get these little booklets trying to argue that God doesn't exist and Jesus wasn't real, there's never a name or a return address. So I welcome the dialogue. I honestly do, and we'll do our best to be respectful and productive. But if you're an atheist or an agnostic, hey, keep these things coming, but send me your contact info. Let's talk. Or maybe is talking about truth something that is not really what you're after. Do you know, skepticism isn't new? Here's a book. I've got a lot of books by atheists and skeptics. Ancient Skepticism. And there was one of the ancient skeptics more than 2,000 years ago, Carneades. And like a lot of people nowadays, he said God isn't real. And here's how Carneades reasoned, and I think it was flawed. He said, if God is alive, then God must feel. God can feel things. Well, if God can feel, maybe that means he can feel pain. And the only kind of being that can feel pain is one that can be injured. And if God can be injured, God could get sick and die or have some sort of accident. Therefore, if there ever was a God, he's probably dead by now. That's what Carneades reasoned. You know, in 1966, there was a famous magazine article that said maybe God is dead. You know, one of the beautiful things about the true and living God is in a category of one. There's nothing like God. By definition, God has no peer. Now, God created, but the creation is separate from the creator. And we know by definition, we know by God's revelation of himself that God is eternal. That's true, right? But do you know what? Even philosophers have reasoned that since all of this world, now listen, all of this world is made of contingent things, everything's dependent on something else, there must be something that is utterly non-contingent. Nothing outside of himself is what God depends on. God is self-contained, eternal, everlasting. God just is. Present tense verb. Now, I realize that skeptics, modern and ancient, have set forth their best attempt at reasoning why God must not be real. But do you know what? Every objection has an answer. But you've got to send us your contact info so we can try to help each other. And we want to do our best to help you over the speed bumps, the logical speed bumps that would hinder you from realizing what I think deep down you probably have known all along, that God is real. We can argue, we can rationalize, we can try to push it out of our mind. But folks, deal with the God issue. This is Alex McFarland. We're here to help you do that as best we can. My website, alexmcfarland.com. Please like this video, share it if you would, and know that the truth is there if we're willing to face it.